Now, another important side note, Robert Zimmerman, where has he been? It's been something that many people have been talking about. Guilty on both counts, and the jury deliberated for over 3 hours this afternoon, and this trial went a lot quicker than many people expected. Joel, I just spoke with lifeguards just a few moments ago. Right now, they are adding up those totals. To give you some perspective as to where this man is barricaded in the house, it's right behind this vacant old Winn-Dixie building. Detectives here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office were working with OPD and the FBI. They say they feel safer having many of these men off the streets.
1 in every 3 American women will experience some form of sexual assault in their lifetime, according to the National Institute of Health.
Heroin, the drug that was being sold in this parking lot today, has been an ongoing and an increasing problem, according to drug investigators that I spoke with out here at the scene. They say they're seeing more and more of it throughout Central Florida. George Zimmerman was not in court today. Now, Shelley Zimmerman's lawyer had also asked if she could travel around the country for job opportunities, and the judge said she was allowed to do that as long as her probation officer was okay with it. Now, we don't know where those job opportunities or where that location might be, but from the sounds of this letter, it seems like she would really like to move forward with her life. Whether you're walking the streets of Central Florida or driving, you're in danger of being involved in a deadly pedestrian accident. What is more shocking is just how calm Sean Thomas sounds on these recordings as he's talking about this sadistic plan that he wanted to go through with. I even challenged the homecoming hopeful and seriously lost. It could be as easy as paying for the toll for the person behind you. And it was also a learning experience for me, one of the few times I've fired a gun. So deputies walked me through how to safely load it and fire. Brandon Bradley apologized to Deputy Barbara Pill's friends and family in the courtroom today. However, her husband says that it's too late for any apologies. Brandon Bradley looks at his friends and family in the courtroom as he's about to learn his fate: life in prison or the death penalty for killing Brevard County Deputy Barbara Pill. Then harsh words from Judge Morgan Reinman.
The bottom line is that the defendant murdered Deputy Pill in a selfish, foolish, and futile attempt to avoid returning to prison for violating his probation.
The sentence did not come as a surprise, as the jury had recommended death back in April.
For this crime, the court sentences you to be put to death in the manner prescribed by law.
You could hear Bradley's family members softly crying. Deputy Pill's husband says this sentence is just.
I feel that justice was served.
Back in March of 2012, Bradley and his then-girlfriend Andrea Kirchner were pulled over by Deputy Pill in Melbourne. Bradley shot and killed her. Kirchner testified against Bradley and is currently serving a 12-year sentence.
Mr. Bradley, is there anything you would like to say before I impose your sentence?
Bradley apologized to Deputy Pill's friends and family.
Well, it's a little late for that.
The courtroom was packed with Brevard County deputies.
It just shows how much she was loved.
Pill's husband says he plans to be there when Bradley is executed.
If I'm still around, I'll be there.
I did speak with Brandon Bradley's mother after the sentence came down. She was very upset and says that they are starting the appeals process immediately, and the experts that we talked to say that could be a very lengthy process. That's right, we've been out here all day speaking with authorities, and that is the house where this was going on. And what we've learned from police is that they found horse steroids, blood boosters, and other drugs that were being used to try to make the dogs stronger and better able to fight. The victims are voiceless. Police took a total of 24 dogs along with several puppies out of this home on West 7th Street in Apopka. Many injured, some found lying in pools of blood.
I will not ever understand who would say they loved their animal, yet would take it to be destroyed and ripped apart and then throw it in the backseat of the car while they go watch another fight take place.
Police say that they were trained to fight. They found raccoons in cages, carcasses of raccoons, and other small animals that they think were being used as bait to train the dogs, along with a punching bag and a treadmill.
You train them to have a thirst for blood, and that's a very dangerous situation.
This is the man police say was behind the elaborate operation, Adele Dawson. Police say he was running a marijuana grow operation and hosting people from all over Central Florida at his house for dog fighting. News 13 was at police headquarters as 26 people were taken to jail. Police say several of them brought their dogs to take part in the violence. 2 children were also living in the house watching the dog fight. Police say there was no power coming from this home, and you can see these electrical cords are actually running to the next door neighbor's home, which is where authorities say these people were stealing their electricity from.
The conditions in there are unacceptable for habitation to most people's standards.
DCF has been notified, and the children are now staying with grandparents. The dogs were taken by animal control officers. This is part of a 2-month investigation, and police say that they were tipped off by a concerned neighbor. They also say the man who lives at this house was going to make about $8,000 last night from this party until police came and broke it up. Now, we talked to animal control over the phone. They say several of the dogs are with them. They are being treated for any injuries that they experienced. They are part of evidence in this case, and they have been put in isolation. In a pop guy, Margaret Kavanagh, News 13.
18-year-old Bubba Hunter wins an arm wrestling match against the quarterback of the high school football team.
I feel like I'm a pretty strong dude. He beats me sometimes.
And Bubba's also expected to beat the football star in the race for Homecoming King. Bubba and Simone Atkins are both seniors at West Orange High School. Last week, they were nominated by the school to be in the homecoming court.
We're not doing this because we feel bad for them or anything like that. We're doing this because we genuinely like Bubba and Simone.
Friends say it's their positive personalities that landed them the honor.
He doesn't have a worry in the world, and he just is never in a bad mood, ever.
Trying to hold back tears, everything, it's just overwhelming. It's awesome for them.
Our whole school was just so excited. It was just, they're just a breath of fresh air.
The two get a lot of attention.
You would think they're running for a political seat.
As classes switch and the courtyard is flooded with students, you can see lots of hugs, high fives, and more arm wrestling. I even challenged the homecoming hopeful and seriously lost.
Always just a high-spirited guy, a nice, happy person, and he just brings people together.
Bringing the school together one smile at a time. In Orange County, I'm Margaret Kavanagh, News 13.